Homeless boy feeds stray dog at billionaire's gate. Next day, DNA test stuns the world. Rain poured down like buckets overturned by the gods, crashing onto the slums of Dar es Salaam, Ka Ranga. Mud rose past ankles, tin roofs groaned in the wind, and wires dangled like dying snakes, sparking in the damp air. 12-year-old Ka Rum huddled in the corner of an abandoned shipping container, soaked and shivering. Clutched to his chest was half a loaf of bread, moldy, caked in dirt, the Reba RD for a whole day digging through trash for plastic bottles. It was the first bite of food he'd had in 3 days. His stomach twisted with hunger, but he didn't eat. His eyes were locked on the towering iron gate ahead, cold, gleaming, a silent beast separating the mud from the glow of luxury. Beyond it lay the Emerald Gate estate. Neon lights traced palm trees, the hum of private generators drowned out the thunder, and fountains danced in the rain. Like they were laughing at the misery outside. This was the domain of Musa Ka Rum, East Africa's richest man. No one had ever seen him, but everyone knew he controlled everything, from cell towers to gold mines. Rumor was, he could buy half of Tanzania if he wanted. Ka Rum was a Maasai orphan. 3 years ago, drought had killed the grass, the cattle, then the people. 2 tribes fought over the last well. He'd watched his father die on a SPAR. His mother had dragged him into the wilderness, only to collapse in the dunes. Her last act was pressing a copper pendant into his hand, wrapped in red cloth. The symbol on it, something between a sun and a bull's horn. Remember. You are royal blood. Her voice had vanished into the wind. He'd fled to the city, but being Maasai was a curse here. Kids called him savage, stole his shoe-shining coins, spat at him. He never wore his warrior's red shawl anymore, just kept it hidden in a tattered bag, like a secret too dangerous to show. Then, a weak whimper cut through the rain. At the base of the iron gate, a filthy, shivering lump of fur lay twisted in pain. A dog. Ribs poked through its skin, and its right hind leg was bent wrong, bone jutting through flesh, blood washing away in the rain. Its eyes were cloudy with pain, but when Ka Rum stepped closer, its growl faded into a helpless whine. Ka Rum's chest tightened. In Maasai stories, dogs were guardians, messengers from the ancestors. He'd seen too many strays poisoned, run over. People called them dirty, useless. But this one, the defiance in its eyes, reminded him of his father. He looked down at the bread in his hands, the mold like black stars in the dim light. He was starving. But he couldn't let those eyes go to RK. Slowly, he crouched, mud soaking through his torn pants. He pinched off a crumb, small as a fingernail, and set it near the dog's nose. Gentle, like he was afraid to. Read away. The dog watched him, suspicious. Then, gulp. It snatched the bread, swallowed fast. When it was gone, the dog didn't pull back. Instead, it nudged Ka Rum's muddy fingers with its wet nose. That tiny touch sent warmth flooding through him. His throat tightened. He broke off another piece. This time, the dog ate slower, pressing its body lightly against Ka Rum's knee. For a moment, there was just the rain, the bread, the quiet. Then, the dog froze. Its eyes widened, locked onto a hole in Ka Rum's shoe. With a sudden burst of effort, it dragged itself to the gate's edge, nose digging at the gap beneath. Ka Rum leaned in. Wedged in the dirt was a rusted, jagged piece of metal. He pried it loose. Rain washed away the grime, and there, under the dim glow of the estate's lights, the symbol on the metal FLA read to life. A son of horn. No, his blood turned to fire. The RK was identical to the one on his pendant. Hands shaking. He pulled his own copper piece from the hidden pouch. The two halves clicked together, a perfect fit. Like a key, finally hold. A low beep echoed from beyond the gate. A spotlight snapped on, sweeping the array like a sea urchin eye. Ka Rum's heart leaped into his throat. He clenched the copper pieces tight, the edges biting into his palm. He wanted to run, but the dog, Nkuma, he'd named it in his head, Protectoran Maasai, had slumped against his leg, its breath weak, trusting. The light passed. Ka Room gasped for air, rain stinging his face. A wild thought exploded in his mind, this dog. This gate. This pendant. Royal blood. Was it possible could the cursed billionaire behind these walls, Musa Ka Room, be family? No. It was insane. A slum kid, the son of a king, but the pendant didn't lie. The dog's eyes didn't lie. He looked down at Nkuma, abandoned, broken, yet trusting him, another outcast, with its last strength. Rain kept falling. Ka Room pressed the joined pendant to his chest, wrapping it in his shawl like a fragile ember of hope. Refully, he lifted Nkuma. The dog was too light, too hurt. He couldn't stay here, the police would come. He needed shelter, answers. With the dog in his arms, he stumbled into the DRK, deeper into the slums. Behind him, the lights of Emerald Gate burned, indifferent. No one knew that tonight, in the storm, a starving boy and a dying dog had uncovered a secret that could shatter East Africa's power forever. The pendant pulsed against his heartbeat, a seed, buried for decades, now awake. And it had all sta root with the simplest act of kindness, feeding a dog. Ka Room trudged through the muddy alleys, Nkuma cradled in his arms, rainwater sloshed into his torn shoes with every step, each one like walking on ice-cold knives. The dog weighed nothing, just a shivering leaf of a creature, its breath so faint he could really feel it. Only. The twitch of its broken leg reminded him Nkuma was still alive, each spasm twisting his heart. He couldn't go back to his leaky tin shack. Police prowled the edges of the slum like hyenas, ready to snatch up stray kids. He needed somewhere safe. Someone who could tell him about the pendant. His feet ca right him Tawa RD, the oldest, most broken down Pa RT of Ka Rangda, where a few Masai elders, refugees from the north, lived in shacks made of shipping containers and palm leaves. The oldest among them was Elder Hakamu. In Ka Room's memory, the elder always sat on a smooth stone, fingers tracing an ancient beaded necklace, his clouded eyes sta ring north, Tawa RD, the grasslands they'd lost. He was the last keeper of the old ways here. Elder Hakamu. Ka Room pounded on the corrugated metal door, voice raw. The door cracked open, revealing the elder's wrinkled face and RP eyes. When Hakamu saw Nkuma in Ka Room's arms and the way, the boy clutched something against his chest, his expression froze. Child, where did you come from? What are you holding? The elder's voice was low, heavy with something unshakable. Ka Room didn't waste time. Hands shaking, he held out the two joined copper pieces, rainwater washing the rust from their surface. Elder, look, this symbol my mother gave me, one half. The other, it was stuck in the gate at Emerald Gate. This dog was there too. They fit together. Hakamu's bony hands reached out, steady as stone. He took the pendant, but didn't look at it right away. Instead, his rough fingers traced the grooves, feeling the shape of the engraving. His breathing turned ragged. Then, his eyes finally landed on the joined symbol. AIEEE. A sound tore from his throat, a wail so old it could have come from the EARTH itself. He staggered back, slamming into the doorframe. TRS welled in his eyes as he sta read at Ka Room like he was seeing a ghost. Ka Room Ngoma. Your eyes, your mother's eyes. And this, horn of the sun. The Royal Ma RK. It's really come back. Royal Elder, what are you? My mother was just a... Silence. Hakamu snapped, then caught himself. His voice dropped to a whisper. Boy, your mother was no herder's wife. She was Amina, last princess of the Masai. 30 years ago, she fell for a city man, a traitor named Musa Ka Room. The elders called it betrayal. They cast her out, said her bloodline was broken. She vanished into the north with you. We thought she died out there. Ka Room's head spun. His mother, a princess, the woman who died begging in the dust, and this Musa Ka Room, the same name as the billionaire behind Emerald Gate. Then this pendant. Hakamu's grip on the copper turned white-knuckled. The Bloodseeker. Passed down through the royal line, one half kept by the chief, the other given to exiled kin. There's an old song, when the red moon rises, the broken-legged dog leads the bloodchild to the copper gate, the lost prince returns to tear the veil of lies. His voice was a chant, each word weighted with prophecy. Red moon, broken-legged dog, copper gate, Ka room's pulse hammered. The red moon, he knew that. A special full moon in Masai reckoning. Broken-legged dog, he looked down at Nkuma's twisted limb. And the copper gate, emerald gate's metal did gleam like copper in the rain. Elder, is this real? Am I the bloodchild? Hope and terror were read in his voice. Blood doesn't lie, boy. Hakamu studied the pendant, then Ka room's face, so like his mother's. But this copper gate. It's the white man's palace. Home of the cursed Musa Ka room. They say his family line is dying, children dead young, ancestors' wrath upon them. If you go there, you may walk into hell, not home. His voice keened. And this pendant, did you bring it to trade for food? Ka room remembered his desperation. He nodded weakly. Elder, Nkuma, he's dying. I need medicine, food, this is all I have. Hakamu looked from the dying dog to the sacred copper, then sighed like the wind through dry grass. From a worn leather pouch, he pulled a small leaf-wrapped bundle, a precious stash of healing powder, the Masai's ancient remedy for wounds. Take it, he said, pressing it into Ka room's hand. Mix with rm water, press it into the wound. As for the pendant. He hesitated, then gave it back. It's not for trading. It's your fate. Gua wrote it well. Remember, Ucarry warrior's blood, not beg ours. Ka room clutched the medicine and pendant, gratitude choking him. He turned to leave, to find shelter, clean water from Kuma, when a screech of sirens ripped through the night. Police cars, lights flashing red-blue, SWA amid the alley. Go! They round up strays. Like us. Hakamu shoved Ka room into the shadows and slammed the door. Ka room held his breath, pressing against the container's wall. Cops spilled out, flashlights cutting through the rain, kicking doors open, shouting at terrified families. A beam swept over where Ka room had stood, even grazed his foot in the mud. His heart hammered. He clamped a hand over Nkuma's muzzle. There! Behind the tin movement. A cop no. Ka room shut his eyes. He couldn't get caught, not now. Then, Nkuma moved. The half-dead dog suddenly twisted in his RMS, head-butting his chest, then leaped, dragging its broken body toward a trash joke side alley, King Shah RP, taunting yaps. Hey! That mutt stole something. Get it! The cops took the bait, chasing the dog instead. Ka room didn't wait. He ran, vanishing into the slum's belly. One last glance back, Nkuma, a three-legged shadow, derooting through garbage, leading the cops in circles. That tiny, broken creature, fighting like lightning in the storm. Tars mixed with rain on Ka room's face. He gripped the medicine and pendant, screaming inside, wait for me, Nkuma. I'll save you. I'll uncover the secret for you, and for whatever home might be left. The rain kept falling. But in Ka room's chest, a fire now burned, lit by a copper pendant, a broken dog, and an elder's song. Ka room found a broken drainage pipe in the farthest corner of the slum, just enough to keep the rain off. He laid down scraps of cloth and dry grass, making a nest. With shaking hands, he mixed Elder Hakamu's healing powder into the last half bottle of rainwater he'd saved, then gently pressed it onto Nkuma's mangled leg. The dog flinched, a whimper trapped in its throat, but it didn't fight. Instead, its rm tongue licked Ka room's muddy, medicine-stained fingers. That trust in its eyes burned Ka room's heart like a brand. Hold on, Nkuma, he whispered, voice cracking. It'll stop hurting soon, we'll have a home. He said it over and over, to comfort the dog, and himself. The joined pendant was wrapped in his cleanest rag, tucked against his chest, right over his earbeat. Hakamu's words and that eerie old song looped in his head, the bloodchild. Trs opened the veil of lies, was the man behind Emerald Gate, Musa Ka room really his father? Would a cursed family ever accept a slum rat like him? Hope and terror twisted together, eating him alive. But fate didn't give him time to think. The next afternoon, as Ka Rum tried to build Nkuma a sturdier shelter from scrap metal, sirens ripped through the slum again. 2 police trucks plowed into the alley, tires spraying filth. Cops jumped out and came straight for him. That's him. The brat lurking near our Emerald Gate last night. Stole something from the rich sector. The lead officer, a thick-necked man named Becky, shoved a clear our evidence bag in Ka Rum's face. Inside, the pendant, its symbol now clear, are from the rain's washing. They took it from Hakamu. No. That's mine. My mother left it. Yours. Becky laughed, slamming Ka Rum into the mud. Since when do slumdogs own anything? Cold cuffs snapped around his wrists. Lock him up. Trespassing, theft, he'll rot free at RS. As they dragged him to the truck, Ka Rum twisted, screaming from Nkuma. The dog tried to follow until a cop's boot sent it flying with a shriek. That sound stabbed Ka Rum deeper than any blade. The police station's holding cell stank of piss and mold. Ka Rum curled up on the floor, wrists raw from the cuffs. The pendant was gone. Nkuma might be dead. Everything was over. Then commotion at the entrance. Black SUVs rolled up, sleek as knives. Men in suits stepped out, then him. Musa Ka Rum. East Africa's richest man moved like a king, his Shah RPIs locking onto Ka Rum instantly. The boy froze. That face older, how righter than in his mother's faded photo, but the same deep-set eyes, the same nose. This is the boy. Musa's voice was steel wrapped in velvet. The police chief groveled. Why yes, sir. Caught with stolen goods near your estate. Stolen. Musa's gaze snapped to the evidence bag. When he saw the pendant's joined symbol, his whole body jerked. His face went bone white. For a second, he didn't even breathe. Then, the dog. Where's the dog? Becky blinked. The crippled mutt. It's outside, half dead, filthy, bring it in. Musa's ROAR shook the room. Now. The cops scrambled. Minutes later, they dumped Nkuma's broken body on the floor. The dog relied breathed, its wound bleeding anew. Musa dropped to his knees. His manicured hand hovered over Nkuma's fur, trembling. He studied the twisted leg, then a NEARLY invisible SCAR on its neck. His breath hitched. TRS well. Nkuma, he whispered. You're alive. Ka Rum's mind short-circuited. The billionaire knows. Nkuma. Musa stood, voice like a whip. Get me DNA tests. The dog's blood. The boy's blood. Nairobi's best lab, today. The chief laughed nervously. Sir, that's expensive. The lab's booked for days. I'll pay 100,000 shillings. Transferred now. Make it happen. Musa pulled out his phone. The cop gaped. 100,000 shillings for a stray dog's blood test. Then, Nkuma stirred. With its last strength, it lifted its head. Tawa RD Ka Rum's cell and whimpered. Ka Rum lunged for the BARS. Nkuma. I'm here. Musa's head whipped up. He saw Ka Rum's TRS, the way he reached for the dog like it was family. He saw the edge of the pendant's cloth poking from Ka Rum's shirt. And then Ka Rum hummed a soft, absent-minded tune. The same lullaby Musa's wife Amina had sung to their newborn son 30 years ago. No. Musa's knees hit the concrete. He crumpled, hands clawing at his head, a raw, shattered sob tearing from his throat. The whole station froze. Only Nkuma moved, lifting its tail once, weakly. Tawa RD Ka Rum. Then Musa's phone rang. The lab assistant's voice crackled, frantic, Sir. Preliminary results. The dog's DNA matches your family's records, 99.9%. It is Mchuma, your lost pet. But a Shah RP inhale. There's human DNA mixed in the sample. And it matches your deceased son's records. 99.99%. That's impossible unless the child never died. And the contamination source is that boy. Musa Ka-Rum knelt on the floor, his phone slipping from his shaking fingers and clattering onto the concrete. When he looked up, his tear-streaked face was a storm of shock, disbelief, and a pain so deep it could drown a man. His eyes locked onto Ka-Rum through the bars like he was seeing a ghost, or a treasure lost for 30. Yeah, rs.99.99% match, his voice cracked. My son is alive, is it you? He clawed at the bars, knuckles white, trying to stand. Ka-Rum's mind short-circuited. A billionaire on his knees, DNA tests, words like match and son, none of it made sense. All he saw was the raw, desperate look in Musa's eyes, the same look his mother had when she died. Sta ring north. His fingers brushed the pendant under his shirt. Then he looked at Nkuma, limp on the floor. This dying stray was Musa's lost pet. And its blood had his DNA, sir. Ryu, alright. The police chief reached for Musa, but the billionaire shoved him away. Unlock it. Now. Musa's voice left no room for argument. He pointed at Ka-Rum's cell, then at Nkuma. And get a vet. The best. Now. The 100,000 shillings was just the start. Handcuffs clicked open. Ka-Rum stumbled out, legs weak. Musa grabbed his shoulders, those powerful, manicured hands shaking violently. His grip was crushing, his eyes scanning every inch of Ka-Rum's face, searching for something. Your name, Musa rasped. Ka-Rum. The name hit Musa like a bullet. Ka-Rum. He repeated it like a prayer. His Ka-Rum. The name he'd buried with his grief 30 years ago. The weight of it nearly buckled his knees. Its uts spilled again. My son. My Ka-Rum, you're alive. He moved to pull the boy into his arms. No. Ka-Rum jerked back. He sta read at this man, this king Wodape read out of nowhere, then at Nkuma, broken for him. Rage boiled up. Where were you? My mother died in the dirt. I ate from trash heaps. What about your cursed family, your dead children? Were they all just thrown away like me? Musa flinched like he'd been shot. How could he explain? That his enemies had swapped his newborn son with a stillborn, that the lie had destroyed Amina, exiled her to die, that he'd stayed silent to protect his empire, only to live haunted by regret before he could speak. Luxury cars rolled in. Out stepped Maasai elders, robed, beaded, gripping staffs. Their leader, Oloyi, was Ka-Rum's great-uncle, his mother's kin. His voice cut like a blade. Musa Ka-Rum. You claim this boy as your son? Musa straightened. The DNA proves it. He's Amina's child too. Let me take him home. Oloyi's laugh was ice. This slum rat. This dog boy, he ca rise Amina's tainted blood. By Maasai law, exiles kin are forbidden from returning. He's an insult to our ancestors. Ka-Rum's fists clenched. I'm Amina's son. I have her pendant. Her songs. I'm Maasai. Why can't I come home? Oloyi sneered. A trinket and a stray's whimper don't make you royal. True blood needs proof. He turned to Musa. If you want him, he renounces all ties to us. Or we deny him forever. Musa's jaw tightened. You can't cut. Blood in half. Then he chooses. Oloyi read. Well, for heritage. But he picks one. Ka-Rum's chest burned. A life of luxury, medicine from Kuma, no more hunger. Or his mother's legacy, the blood Hakamu called Warrior's fire. The pendant red against his skin. I wait. Hakamu burst in, gasping. The lab, final results. He waved a crumpled paper. Ka-Rum's DNA not just a match to Musa's line. His mother SMA occurs, identical to Maasai Queen's. 100%. Amina's blood never broke. He is the blood child. The prophecy's true. Silence. Oloyi's face twisted. Science had just sucker-punched tradition. Finally, he gritted his teeth. Blood alone doesn't make a warrior. Tomorrow, Red Moon Festival. You'll jump 10 bulls. Ba refute. Survive. You're Masai. Fail. His smile was cruel. We don't collect corpses. With that, he left. Ka Rum looked at Nkuma, at his father's hope, at the deadly trial ahead. The truth was out. But the real test at sta route now. He stroked Nkuma's head, swearing silently. Hold on, Nkuma. Live or die tomorrow, I won't abandon you. Or my roots. The noise outside the police station faded, leaving only silence and Nkuma's unconscious body on the floor. A vet finally arrived, Ca refully loading the dog onto a stretcher bound for Musa Ka Rum's private animal hospital. Ka Rum tried to follow, but Musa gripped his ARM. The billionaire's hand still shook, but his eyes burned with something new: guilt, resolve, a fire Ka Rum couldn't name. Come with me, son. Musa's voice was rough, commanding. He opened the door of an armored luxury car. Ka Rum hesitated, glancing at Nkuma's stretcher, then slid inside. The door shut, sealing out the slum's filth. The air smelled of leather, faint cologne. The silence was so thick he could hear his own heartbeat. The contrast made his head spin. The car glided through the city, stopping at last before the towering iron gates of Emerald Gate. They swung open silently. Beyond lay a kingdom: manicured lawns, fountains dancing in sunlight, tropical flowers blazing. Not a home. A fortress. Ka Rum had never imagined entering his family, not as the beggar who'd crouched outside in the rain. Musa didn't give him a tour. He led him straight to a locked study: RK wood, shelves of ancient books, a massive desk. The billionaire collapsed into a leather chair like a puppet with cut strings. He motioned for Ka Rum to sit, then buried his face in his hands. Minutes passed. You want the truth? Musa finally looked up, eyes bloodshot. About your mother. About you. About this family's curse. Ka Rum nodded, hammering. He'd waited 12 years for this. Musa took a breath like a man stepping off a cliff. 30 years ago, I was nothing, a trader selling coffee and spices. Then I met her. Amina. A Masai princess. Wild as the wind. We loved recklessly. But her people called it blasphemy. The elders threatened us. We were torn apart until she told me she was pregnant. His voice cracked. I swore to give them everything. Worked like a demon. Bought this land, built this house. The day you were born, I heard your first cry. Named you Ka Rum Lion. Thought I was the luckiest man alive. Then, his tone turned to ice. That's when they struck. My rivals bribed your nurse. On your third day, they swapped you with a dead infant. When they handed me that corpse, his fists clenched. I broke. And the nurse, to cover her crime, she lied. Said Amina's stillborn child was divine punishment. The elders exiled her on the spot. Ka Rum went cold. His mother's loneliness, her death in the dust, it crashed over him. I was a Kawe road. Musa's whisper was raw with shame. I fear red losing my empire. Fia read the elders. Am I right for status, spun the curse lie to hide my failure. I searched for you both, but I thought you were dead. Until last night. The pendant. Nkuma's whimper. Your song, the one Amina sang to you. That's when I knew. My son was alive. And my wife died alone. He collapsed onto the desk, shoulders heaving. Ka Rum sat frozen. The curse was a lie. His mother's suffering, his father's guilt, all from one betrayal. Did he hate this man? For his kawe radice maybe. But the blood between them made it impossible. Nkuma Ka Rum asked softly. Why was he at the gate? Musa wiped his face. He was your dog. Raised with you. When they took you, he attacked the nurse, tried to save you. My Gua RDS beat him, threw him out. I thought he died. That he survived. Found you in the slums. His voice broke. Maybe Amina guided him. He reached for Ka Rum. Come home. Doctors. Schools. Everything. Nkuma too. Let me fix this. Ka Rum was silent. Riches waited. But Hakamu's words echoed, Ucarry wa Ryer's blood. Oloi's trial loomed, jump 10 bulls or die. And the slum kids still starving in the mud. Sir Ka Rum struggled with the word father. I need time. Nkuma needs me. The slums people there need help. And Oloi said I must pass the bull jump bullshit. Musa slammed the desk. You're my heir. My fortune is yours. Forget their barba. Rick writes. Tomorrow, I'll announce you to the world. No. Ka Rum stood tall, eyes blazing Masai defiance. I'm Amina's son. My roots are in the grasslands. If I won't face my own blood, my own trial, what kind of man am I? Nkuma survived hell to find me. I won't cower. Musa staggered back. That fire in Ka Rum's eyes, it was Amina's. For the first time, he saw it, his wealth had built a prison. For himself. And Nearly for his son. Not you'll really go. His voice was barely audible. Yes. Ka Rum didn't blink. For her. For Nkuma. For me. Then, his gaze sharpened. But your gold mines. The land under Emerald Gate. Was it stolen from our people? The royal gold hidden in Swiss banks, is it drenched in Masai blood? Musa turned ghost white. Ka Rum's words were a scalpel, slicing open his empire's darkest secret, colonial theft, modern exploitation. This slum boy had seen right through him. The air in Musa Ka Rum's study turned to stone. Ka Rum's question about the stolen golden land, it was like an ice pick stabbing through the billionaire's 30-year facade. Musa's face drained of color, lips trembling. Those eyes that once commanded empires now flickered with naked shock, the look of a man whose darkest secret had just been dragged into light. He opened his mouth. No sound came. He slumped into his leather throne, aging 10 years in a breath. Ka Rum didn't press. The answer was written in that collapse. The colonial plunder, the modern exploitation, it was the poison root of both Emerald Gate's luxury and his own suffering. Silence was confession enough. I need to go back. Ka Rum's voice was calm, final. He turned toward the door without waiting for a reply. He needed air. Needed the honest grime and grit of the slums. Wait. Musa lurched up, eyes flashing through a dozen emotions before settling on something raw. At least take my car. Body gue RDS. Tomorrow's the bull jump, you need to prepare. No. Ka Rum didn't look back. My path, I walk alone. No body gue RD ever shielded real courage. He stepped out of the gilded cage. Sunlight hit his face. He inhaled deep, the slum's perfume of trash, wood smoke, wet earth. It smelled like home. He didn't return straight to Ka Ranga. First, he went to Musa's private animal hospital. Through sterile glass, he saw Nkuma alive. The dog lay on clean padding, its shattered leg braced, for drip-feeding life back into its veins. The vet said it had survived the worst. The leg might never heal right, but Nkuma would live. Ka Rum pressed a hand to the cold glass, TRS falling silent. A promise formed in his heart, you saved me. Now I save you, and others like us. When he finally trudged back to Ka Ranga, he found not the familia or squalor, but wreckage. Their drainage pipe hideout was smashed. Rags, straw, scavenged metal all scattered. Worse, by Hakamu's shack, drunk cops in uniform shoved the old man. Becky, the police chief, kicked Hakamu's walking stick. Where's the pendant, old fool? Where's the brat hiding his loot? Becky sna led. Hakamu spat. You stole the pendant. You took Ka rum and the dog. I have nothing. A cop grabbed for the elder's treasured bead necklace. Then rot in jail. Stop. Ka rum charged, small body slamming the cop aside. Becky's grin turned vicious. Look who. Crawled back. He rode the rich man adopted you. Where's your cut? Boy handed over protection fee. Or your dog, the elder, they'll pay. Ka rum stood trembling between Hakamu and the cops. The greed in Becky's face, the fear are in the slum dweller's eyes. It crystallized something in him. Musa's wealth, Oloi's laws, Becky's extortion, all crushing the powerless. No more silence. Money. Ka rum's voice cut like glass. Musa Ka rum gave me 100,000 shillings. For recognizing me as his son. He made sure the crowd he rode. Becky licked his lips. Hand it over. But Ka rum's eyes turned to blades. Not a coin goes to you. It's for something greater. He turned to the slum. This money builds the Mkuma kitchen. Free food for every hungry child. No more trash digging. No more poison strays. Becky's face purpled. You little. He raised his baton. Ka rum yanked out the bank slip Musa had given him, holding it high. People of Ka Ranga. Here's the proof. Tomorrow, I withdraw every shilling in front of you all. Anyone can watch where it goes. Becky, want to steal it? Do it here. Let's see if you deserve that badge. The slum erupted. Whispers became shouts. Eyes that once held fear are now burned with something new. Becky faltered. This gutter rat had outmaneuvered him, publicly. He spat threats, but under the crowd's gla he slunk away. The battle was won, for now. Ka rum moved fast. He gathered his crew: Tusi the radio fixer, Lena the herb girl, Balu the muscle. 100,000 shillings buys a kitchen, he said. But our kids need more clean water, knowledge. Tusi's eyes lit up. Junk phones, computers, we can strip pa RTS, build a water filter. Lena nodded. I'll teach which plants heal, which poison. Balu cracked his knuckles. I'll fortify scrap metal into classrooms. Thus, the Mkuma kitchen and Ka Ranga changemakers were born. Next day, Ka rum withdrew the money before the whole slum. Not a shilling stolen. They bought lumber, rice, water purifying charcoal. Containers became a kitchen and a school. Tusi's team built a solar-powered filter from e-waste. Lena drew herb charts on salvaged Ca Boe Road. Balu led construction like a general. For the first time, Ka Ranga had hope. Kids stopped scavenging, sta route Leah Renning. Ka rum shuttled between Emerald Gate and the slums, refusing Musa's luxuries, taking only medical aid from Kuma and the water project. He was a seed in cracked EARTH, pushing roots through stone. Tomorrow's bull jump might kill him. But if the Mkuma kitchen kept burning, if these kids kept hoping, then his awakening had already begun. The red moon still hung heavy, but the air on the grasslands had shifted. The old nurse's confession, her role in swapping the babies, hit like a boulder dropped into still water. Ripples of shock spread. Elder. Oloi stood frozen, his staff fallen, face slack with disbelief. The pure blood laws he'd upheld his whole life, built on this Elia child, stolen. His eyes locked onto Ka rum, the boy battered but unbowed, and Kuma, the broken-legged dog pressed loyally to his side. Shame, regret, awe, it all crashed over him. Musa Ka rum ape read at the crowd's edge. He'd broken past his Gua RDS, stumbling into the sandpit. Seeing Ka Room alive, Nkuma breathing, he rang the damning confession. The billionaire collapsed to his knees. Under the red moon and bonfire's glow, he wailed, raw and broken, "My son. My boy. I failed you. Failed Amina. I was weak. Selfish. 30 years of wealth can't undo this." Ka Room looked down at the sobbing man. The anger had faded the moment he'd learned the truth. Now, only pity remained. He didn't reach for Musa first. Instead, he scped up Nkuma, cradling the dog gently. Then touched his father's heaving shoulder. Forgiveness, without words. Oloi finally stirred. He picked up his staff, faced Ka Room. Not Musa. His gaze traveled from the boy's eyes, to Nkuma, to the pendant half hidden under the red shawl. Slowly, solemnly, he gave the deepest Masai salute. Ka Room Ngoma, his voice was gravel, but Ernest, you leap 10 bulls with courage. You rened the dog's song with loyalty. You offered mercy where none was deserved. True blood isn't birthright, it's ERT. You are Masai. Amina's son. The blood child. A pause. But Musa's blood runs in you too. That duality is curse and gift. The elders grant you both Ka Room Ngoma when you stand with us, Ka Room when you walk his world. Ka Room studied Oloi, then Nkuma, then his weeping father. He didn't answer. Just held the dog tighter. The gift was clear art, no more gutter rat. Now, he had power. Days later, the Nkuma kitchen got a surprise visitor. Musa Ka Room arrived. On foot, dressed in plain cotton, hauling a toolbox. Engineers and builders trailed him. Son, he said to Ka Room, who was teaching kids to filter water, I want to learn. To be useful. Like you. Ka Room nodded. Musa fumbled with Tusi's sola, our purifier, blistered his soft hands hauling bricks with balu. When clean water finally flowed, seeing Ka Room smile, it lit something in him brighter than any business deal. Bigger changes came to Emerald Gate. Musa called an emergency BOA RD meeting, announcing the Pendant Foundation 10% of his mining profits for the next decade, half his estate's land, all donated. 2 missions, Masai Education and Healthcare and Nkuma Sanctuary Reforstrays, run by Ka Room. This wealth, Musa told Global Press, came from the land, the people, and a buried sin. Now, it returns to those who need it. My son taught me real riches are rent numbers. They're the bonds between lives. The world reeled. A slum boy feeding a dog had reshaped an empire. Nkuma became shorthand for hope. Ka Room didn't bask in his father's spotlight. The foundation's first funds rebuilt Ka Ronda, proper schools, clinics, clean water systems. Tusi's waste filters got professional upgrades. Lena's herb lore became books for the tribe. Ka Room even secured real teachers for the kids. One RM evening, Ka Room sat on the Hope School steps. Nearby, Musa crouched rdly by the Nkuma Sanctuary, trying to bottle feed a rescued puppy. Milk splattered his shirt, the pup squirmed away. Ka Room laughed. Musa looked up, saw his son smile, and, for the first time in 30 years, grinned back, unshadowed. Dad, Ka Room said softly, testing the word, tomorrow, I'll teach you to milk a cow. Hakamu says it's a Maasai boy's right. Musa blinked, then nodded hard, eyes wet. Yes. Yes, son. I'll Leah RN. He reached hesitantly to ruffle Ka Room's hair. Ka Room didn't flinch. He leaned into the touch, resting against his father's shoulder. Sunset painted them gold, glinting off the school's windows where kids bent over books. Beyond, in the sanctuary, Nkuma lounged with its pups in the sun. The bloodline's legacy, at last, wasn't just power, but change. Quiet, warm, and deep as rain on Pa Urchdarth. The smoke from Nkuma kitchen rose daily. The Hope School echoed with children's voices. The Nkuma sanctuary gave strays a home. Ka Room Ngoma's name and the story of the billionaire's son and his crippled dog spread like wildfire across East Africa. He became Hope Inca Renate, proof that even the smallest kindness can crack fate's door open. Musa Ka Room stock soa red thanks to the Pendant Foundation's transparency. Harva Road even sent Ka Room a full ride offer. Everything was racing toward the light. Then, the storm hit. On a grim afternoon, UNMA black SUVs screeched to a halt outside Ka Ranga Community Center. Outstepped crisp-suited white men led by Robert Klein, Pan-African Consortium's rep, his eyes hawk as HRP, lawyers and surveyors flanked him. Mr. Ka Room, Klein used faux politeness, we're developing Ka Rangato East Africa's jewel, casinos, luxury hotels, tax-free shopping. $10 billion RS jobs. Growth. We'll buy the land above a market rate. He slid a thick contract four-way RD. Ka Room's stomach dropped. By Ka Ranga this wasn't a slum, it was home. He skimmed the terms, evict all residents in 30 days. Minimal compensation. Temporary structures, read, every tin shack, get nothing. No. Ka Room shut the folder. Ka Ranga stays. Klein's smile died. Sentiment won't feed those kids. Your father's mining empire cash flows tight, know this deal saves him. The threat was clear. Our Musa had been stressed lately, backstabbed by allies since embracing Ka Room and wealth redistribution. Klein was exploiting that. My choice is a remine, Ka Room stood, Ka Ranga's land is blood and sweat. Your progress is bulldozers on our lives. We won't sign. Klein smirked. Court it is. Pity if Nkuma sanctuary's land rights get messy. Bad press for DEAR dad. He left, menace hanging thick. Back at Hope School, Ka Room told Tusi, Lena, Balu, and Hakamu. Rage and despair filled the room. They'll erase us. Lena cried. We can't afford lawyers. Tusi gripped his hair. Ka Room's voice cut through, Balu, rally everyone. We fight. But anger wasn't enough. They needed a weapon the world would hear. His eyes landed on a cracked SMA earthone, the kind they taught kids to repurpose. A plan spark head. Tusi, round up every working phone, power bank. Lena, film reel. Ka Ranga, kids eating at Nkuma kitchen, elders in Hope School, dogs sunbathing. Balu, when bulldozers come tomorrow, we stand. The world will see this isn't a slum, it's home. Dawn came, clouds heavy. Bulldozers rumbled toward Ka Ranga, cops flanking them. Ka Room stood with hundreds, Ka Ranga changemakers and residents ARM and ARM, a human wall. No weapons. Just grit. Move or we arrest you. Cops Barked. Ka Room lifted a cracked phone, live streaming. The camera caught bulldozer blades, cop batons, and behind them, kids' drawings of Nkuma kitchen smoke and the sanctuary's doghouses on Hope School's walls. Africa. The world, Ka Room's voice. Ca right online, we're not rioters. We're protecting homes. Ka Ranga has schools. Clinics. A sanctuary. They want casinos on our bones. We want dignity. Hashtag save Ka Ranga. Hashtag no to forced eviction. The stream exploded. Views skyrocketed. Hashtag save Ka Ranga trended continent-wide. Nairobi, Lagos, Cape Town, youth rallied. NGOs amplified it. Then, the clip that broke the internet, Nkuma, the three-legged legend itself, limping to the fence, SNA ruling at the bulldozers like a Wa archief. Dog lovers worldwide wept. At the climax, a familia are mirrored car tore through barricades. Musa Ka Room stepped out, ignoring Klein and cops, striding to Ka Room. He took the phone, facing the camera, hag but unshakable. I'm Musa Ka Room. The Pan-African Consortium dead to me. Ka Ranga's Pendant Foundation land, for community, for strays. Any eviction attempt as Wa are on my son and me. Every legal resource I have. It's yours. My wealth exists now to protect. The bulldozers, under global scrutiny and a billionaire's defiance, shuddered to a halt. Rolled back. The storm eased, for now. But Ka Room knew, the real battle was just beginning. He gripped the phone, screen reflecting his and Musa's stance, and behind them Ka Ranga, unbroken in the storm. The bulldozers retreating wasn't the end, it was the start of a bigger war. The hashtag Save Ka Ranga movement made Ka Room and Ngoma's name echo across Africa and exposed the Pan-African Consortium's land-grabbing greed. By standing against them, Musa Ka Room's empire became their target. Stock prices crashed. Projects froze. Death threats arrived in plain envelopes. Musa's hair grayed overnight, but his eyes burned brighter than ever. Ka Room didn't back down. He took Ka Ranga story global BBC, CNN interviews, fluent English flowing as he told how a slum boy feeding a dog cracked destiny open. He showed Nkuma kitchen sledgers, penny by penny accounted for. Led journalists through Hope School, kids reciting alphabets in sing-song voices. Pointed to the rescued dogs in Nkuma sanctuary, demanding, does progress mean crushing the weakest? The world listened. UN Habitat condemned forced evictions. Animals Without Borders named Nkuma Hero Animal of the Year. Hrva Road sent EARLY admission, plus a Ka Room and Ngoma Africa show layership. Pressure mounted. The consortium paused their East African Jewel project for re-evaluation. Then, Ka Room dropped the bomb. He turned down Hrva Road, refused his father's offer to join the corporate throne. Dad, he said in Musa's study, once a vault of secrets. Hrva RD's halls shine. Your empire tempts. But my roots. My fight, it's here. On Hope School's floor, teaching kids to Gwa RD what matters, like Nkuma did, even broken-legged. Musa's face twisted, pride, he right break. He'd dreamed of dynasties. Instead, he just nodded. Go. What do you need? Not money. Systems. Ka Room used the Pendant Foundation to hire real teachers, not charity volunteers, but educators who believed. Upgraded Hope School to Ka Ranga Community Academy, weaving Maasai lore, ecology, self-governance into lessons. Launched a youth mentor program, Tusi, Lena, Balu, now teachers themselves, passing on skills that built, not begged. 5 years blew by like savannah wind. Another red moon night. The moon still bled crimson, but Ka Ranga transformed. Tin shacks replaced by solar paneled eco homes. The Hope School now the Ka Room and Ngoma Leah Running Hub SMART classrooms, a tiny library, a tech lab. On the lawn, kids played. Elders gossiped. Dogs dozed in Nkuma sanctuary's expanded pens. The hub's LED screen streamed a documentary made by students about their recycling project. Ka Room stood at the hub's entrance, no longer a scrawny teen, but broad-shouldered, steady-eyed. His cotton shirt hid the sun-horn pendant. Behind him, Lena, his wife, their newborn daughter in her ARMS. And cradled against Lena's chest a white puppy, Nkuma's great-grandpup, one gray-ringed leg like a tiny bandage. Papa. A girl, 6, maybe 7, sprinted over, braids flying, clutching a crayon drawing, a man in red, a woman with a dog, a girl holding up a pendant. Teacher. My family. You, Mama, little Nkuma, me. Ka Room crouched, taking the ART. Beautiful, little Ngoma. He tapped the pendant in the drawing. "No, why I wear this? Hakamu says it's bloodseekers mark. She chirped. "Royal blood. Means we're brave, no matter how poor." Ka Room laughed, ruffling her hair. Beyond, the red moon hung, emerald gates distant lights glinting. Musa's empire, after years of struggle, had reborn, par-nuring ethically, funding green projects. The man himself. No longer the cursed billionaire, but a tribal elder, respected. True royalty isn't gold or land, Ka Room murmured, voice crying in the hush. It's standing for the weak. Fighting unfairness. Gua riding home, like Nkuma did, with nothing but a broken leg. We're not blood children waiting for rescue. We're spa RK makers. He stood, lifting his daughter, walking with Lena into the hub. The lobby held a giant photo Ka Room and Musa 5 years ago, side by side against bulldozers, phones raised high. Beneath it, etched in steel. The smallest kindness can topple the tallest walls. Ka Room and Goma moonlight. Silvered the photo, the family, the hub's glowing windows. Inside, a new generation of Ka Rangakids huddled around Tusi, now tech workshop-led, building water filters from e-waste. Their laughter mixed with barks from Kuma Sanctuary, weaving a symphony of stubborn, unkillable hope. The journey home was done. The next chapter just beginning. That pendant's glow no longer just history, it was 1,000 spa RKS now, lighting the way to wider grasslands.